I want to show you 2 more tricks before you start, or 3 more tricks. You can find the minimum of this graph if you'd like. I'm on the calculator. Remember, the minimum value is here, okay, at the bottom. Well, there. You can also find the axis of symmetry here. We're going to go to the calculator and pretty much find the vertex and get those 2 answers, okay? Menu, go down to analyze the graph. Okay. Now I see 0, we have already used that. But minimum, this problem has a minimum. So if I hit minimum, and it says lower bound, so I'm going to go to the left of the bottom of this curve. Upper bound, go to the right of this curve. And I now have what the calculator is calling the very bottom of this parabola. Okay. So I have now y equals negative 0.25 and x equals 3.5, because this is the x spot, this is the y spot. Now, if I were to graph this, I would see a couple of things. X equals 3.5 is the axis of symmetry line. That's the axis of symmetry. This here is the minimum value, okay, which gives me my vertex, which is that point. And so this plus this line, which is y equals, remember y values are horizontal, negative 0.25. That makes up my vertex point, which the calculator gave me, that happened at the minimum, okay? I want to show you also how to verify that the axis of symmetry really is 3.5. Hit menu, analyze the graph, go to number 7, analyze conics, and then we're going to go down to axis of symmetry. Enter. When you press enter, it looks like nothing has happened, okay? But if you bring your cursor, mouse, whatever you want to call it, closer to the graph, it shows it. Shows it there if I put it on the graph, and if I come over here, the other side, it will show it. And you can click, and it'll stay. Now, I would like to move this just to make sure that that's, you know, nothing's negative. I'm not just missing something. So I'm going to press escape so that that little box that was up there disappears. It takes me out of that mode. Now I can hover over this, press and hold, and I can move it. And so, yes, it is 7/2. And for those wanting to know, is that right? Yes. 3.5 is 7/2. How can you check it real quick? Control Doc, add a calculator. 7 divided by 2 decimal is 3.5. And so I'm just going to go up here with my mouse and click. It'll take me back. And I see that, yes, that's what I wanted. That is the axis of symmetry. If you want to check the 0.25, just hit tab. And we need to get out of this mode. So menu, 3, 1, takes me back to the f of x. Now just type in negative 0.25, and it'll give you that line down there. And so we see that when it pops up in a moment here. There we go. Where the minimum and the axis of symmetry are, gives me my vertex. I see this is doubled up, so I want to move that, hold, move, and there we go. You can move it wherever you want. I just moved it down. So this is my x equals 7/2, This red represents the red line up there, and then this point here is the vertex. And there you go. Those are the tricks I wanted to show you. Make sure there's nothing else. With axis of symmetry, we have the minimum, we have the vertex. You already know how to find the zeros here, and you know how to find the zeros using menu 3, polynomial tools, on the other screen, on the calculator screen. Alright, you should be able to get started now.